Okay. I don't even know what day it is. May 4th? Is that right?
Sure.
3rd. And happy Sunday, everybody. Happy May 4th. Tonight we're going to talk about how to onboard your new coaches and the the process that I've been using, not very long, probably just the last like month, maybe last 2 months. And it's just to give you kind of a framework so that you can take it and use it if you want to. You can take it and tweak it to fit your personality and how you want to grow your team. But from, I would say, I don't know, just give me a show of hands, those of you who have video on. Do you have an onboarding process for your new coaches? Do you have like a step-by-step thing that you, maybe? I know Heidi does, but no. Okay, so this will be good.
I usually try to just steal yours.
Oh, perfect. That's why we do this, right? And I've changed ours so much, and it's always kind of like, oh, I see something cool. Let's. So you try new things as you go. But for the most part, this feels like a really good system to me that we'll stick with for a really long time. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, Heidi, what'd you say? Sort of, but not enough experience with working coaches yet, but I don't have nothing. Okay. Yeah, and once you get those working coaches, it makes such a difference. But this will help you too. So can you guys all see this okay? Okay. Um, oh, well, it worked. To push the down arrow before, oh, but there we go. Maybe now oh, there we go. New technology. Okay, so step one, whenever a new coach signs up, I send them a welcome email. And it's the same welcome email. I have two different ones. And I started using this website. So before I would just use Gmail and I would save it as a template in there so that I didn't have to go and copy and paste it every single time. But I just started, so you can do that and that works totally fine. Otherwise, I just started using a website called flowdesk.com, and it's like a kind of like MailChimp, where you can like build lists of people and you can create newsletters, and it's really cool. So I will show you the one that I send to discount coaches first. Can you guys all see that okay, or is it super small? It's okay? Okay, so and I'm gonna figure out a way to like give you the bones of this so that you can just copy it and plop it into Gmail and use it the same. But this is what they would get. I created this in Flowdesk. So it has cool fonts and you can put pictures, and it's just, I like the layout of it better in Flowdesk. But basically I'm just saying, for a discount coach, I'm just saying I'm so excited you're here and that you're wanting to get the discount and take control of your health. I let them know that we have a system for training, and also I give them our new coach quick start guide, just in case for some reason they decide, well, what is this business thing? If they like see what we're doing and they're like, I want to make a couple $100 every single month, that way they have it there and they can take the initiative to go through the first steps on their own. And then I give them, this is the part that I'm wavering back and forth on, is whether I give them the link to our team page or if I just add them to our team page and tell them, hey, I'm going to add you to our team page. You can remove yourself if you want. That's the part where I waver back and forth. And in this email, right now I have them adding themselves, but I think I might switch it just so that I can give them a welcome, because I love doing that for even discount coaches so that they feel the community. Because I think everyone should belong to our team, even if they're building a business or not. And I want them to feel welcome to show up on Zooms, and I want them to be aware of new products and all of that good stuff that we have. And so I think I'll change that part around so that I add them and then they can decide if they want to take themselves out. And then I just give them a few benefits of their coach enrollment and tell them the monthly costs associated to it, how do they place an order, and then give them like the customer coach support. And then that's it. So for discount coaches, it's a little bit shorter. And feel free, if you have questions about any of this as I'm talking, just put it in the chat box. We'll have a Q&A at the end so you can ask questions. Okay, so this one is for building coaches, and I send this to any coaches that sign up with the intention to build a business. And so within this, it looks very similar, except this first part, I talk a lot about kind of like a motivational speech. Like, number one, I'm so excited you're here. This is a start to something amazing. And then like 3, just like things for them to remember: believe in yourself, be okay with failing, lean in, show up, and take action. And then I have them fill out this new coach questionnaire. And I guess you could have your discount coaches fill this out too. That way you just know a little bit more about them if you want to. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to click on this so you can see what it looks like. And you can actually, I think I can give you access to make a copy of this, and it will save it in your Google Drive, and then you can edit it if you want to, so that the responses of your coaches will go to you. Because if you just give them this link, their responses come to me. So I've had that happen before. Someone just didn't know how it worked, which is totally fine. And if you're not used to using Google stuff, that happens. So I basically just want to know a little bit about them: their phone number, their email address, their birthday. Tell me more about you outside of health and fitness, about your family, their health and fitness goals for the next 3 months, because that's important. They need to have their own journey that they're on. Favorite color, just little stuff about them. And then this, I usually forget to talk about this on our Getting Started Right call that I do, but there was a speaker at Summit probably 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and she was a psychologist. And if you Google these shapes and personality test, so it's actually really interesting, and it works. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google like circle, square, squiggle, triangle personality test, and it will pop up. But it's pretty spot on for the type of person that they are. So I like to do that just for fun, just so I can kind of, you could also do like an Enneagram or another, there's so many different personality tests out there that you could have them do. I ask what motivates them, what about coaching gets you excited, and then about goals for their business, so that we can talk about that on the call. So I have them look at this goal setting guide and like pick how much money they would want to make, and then it actually equates the activities required for every single month to actually get to those goals. And then have them think through the way that they're going to use the money that they earn from their coaching business, because sometimes that's really good to think about right away. And then also any questions or concerns. So I have them fill out this About Me form, and then I just remind them to start working through the New Coach Quick Start Guide, which is actually, oh, let me go back to this. So we're back in the New Coach email. So they fill out the questionnaire, and then next steps, here's the Quick Start Guide, which I'll come back to. Step 1 is to start working through that. And it will just walk them through like setting up their website and setting up an email account, just like stuff like that. I'll click on it in a minute. Step 2, as soon as you finish with the Quick Start Guide, in step 1, I have them set up a call with me. So I have signed up for, it's called Acuity Scheduling. So it's like a website. There's like mosquitoes in here. Where it connects to my Gmail calendar, and it's super slick, so that I don't have to go back and forth and be like, okay, how does this time work? And then they come back with, no, that doesn't work. And then, so they can just go schedule it themselves. And I love that. Darn it, keep doing that instead of hitting the back button. Okay, so let's open up the Quick Start Guide, because this has everything, like everything that they should be working on in their first week as a new coach. So basically, it has clickable links in here. The checklist is essentially Start using their workout program and their meal plan, letting them know that their health and results matter, because without them, you can't really be an example to other people. I have them read this website that fellow coaches created, and it's basically a library of personal development books by category. And it's really good because it, like, having them read this first really solidifies like why personal development is so important. So I'm not going to go through that, but if you click on this link, and I've shared this with people before, but if you didn't know it was here, it's actually really good to get ideas, because it's all by category, and it has all different suggestions for personal development books. So I have them pick something and then commit to reading just 10 to 15 minutes a day. Set a timer if you need to. The next step is to set up a Gmail account, and then to mark their calendars for the National Wake Up Call. And I think I'm actually changing this one to something else. I'm modifying it slightly, not too much, but I put in mark your calendar for the National Wake Up Call, mark your calendar for our team call every Sunday night. And then these 5 videos are actually, I think I have to log into my Beachbody to access them, but they're from corporate, and they basically walk them through. If you didn't know that they were back there. And all 5 of them only take 22 minutes. So they're super quick. Okay, so it gives them an overview of the coach office. It gives them instructions on how to set up their coach profile, their websites, their direct deposit, gives them an introduction to Success Club, starting their first group, and then also a little snippet about Shakeology. So I want them to watch those 5 videos. And then I'm going to take out this last step. I'm going to change that to something else. So just ignore that. I'm not going to click on it. But then basically for their first week, I want them to dive into, like, take action right away on these 5 things. So these are the first, if you go into our team page, into the units, these are the first 5 assignments that we have in there. So if I click on one, and they have to join, this is why I'm thinking of switching it, of having me add them to the team page instead. I have here where they can add themselves, but if I click on it, well, it's because I'm logged in as my sister, that's why. Hold on. If I even know what my password is. Hey, look, saved it. So if I go to, so clicking on that assignment number 1 link will bring them to the units, and it opens up this assignment automatically. Assignment number 1, sharing your why. So it walks them through how to create their announcement post of becoming a coach and why they decided to do it. And then walks them through day 2, what am I going to post about? Day 3, why posting is so important, and just gives them resources to start posting right away. Day 4, who am I going to talk to? And then day 5, how do I fit this business into my life? So some time management tips and skills. So really, I mean, this is like a quick start guide for them to start taking action right away, should they decide to. So going back, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so step 2 is about welcoming them to the team page. And I am going to actually, I thought it would be really nice. I saw that another coach did this. Is she created just like a template graphic so that you don't have to come up with one to welcome your new coaches. And I can give you a link to a Canva link. It's a website that I use, so that all you have to do is make a copy of it and drop their picture in, and there's your welcome post. And you don't have to come up with something on your own. So I tend to try to use the same graphic every time to welcome them. And then I use the info that they gave me in their new coach questionnaire to kind of give the team a little bit of information about them, to welcome them. And just a few other things that you can do in the team page is to tag them in relevant posts that you think that they may want to be aware of, and then give them shout outs for little wins, even if it's just like completing their first fitness program. That's awesome. Like any little thing that they're doing, you want to give them a shout out for. Okay, so step 3, send a welcome package to builder coaches. And maybe Heidi, if you want to unmute yourself, you can talk about what you do in your process too. So you can do this however you want. Like in my welcome package, I don't send a package to discount coaches, but I would like to just send maybe like a little note or like maybe a sample of Energize. But for builder coaches, I include a journal, like a new pen. I have these little stickers, a handwritten note, Post-it notes, maybe a sample of Energize or Recover. Heidi, you throw in a book as well, right?
I do, yep. First thing I do is just text them when I always ask for their cell phone numbers, but that's a great way to stay connected. And I just ask them an area of growth that they would like to consider challenging themselves in. And then I go to the list of all the wonderful books we have of the list and find something. And then I usually just use my Amazon Prime to order them a book. So,
cool.
Yeah.
I have found the reason that I used to send every single new coach, I think I used to send them like Go Pro, and then I used to send every single one, You Are a Badass. I kind of have switched it up over the years. And I just found that I had a lot of new people who said that they were going to build a business, and then I would send them this really cool package that I thought was really awesome. And then 2 weeks later they would cancel or they would never like do anything to take action to actually grow a business. And so I save like those, like the book and other kind of, I don't know, books aren't too expensive. So you could totally do that like Heidi does. And you could still include that. But I have just found that I save those for like, if they sell their first challenge pack or when they complete the new coach mentorship program. Or so you can, the cool thing is you can design this however you want to. You can figure out, try things like we have done and try new things and see how they go. But I thought it was good to kind of share the way that we do things differently. Okay, step 4. Once they set up a phone call with me and they've sent me the questionnaire, then we jump on a Zoom chat to talk more. This is called like a getting started right call. And really I just like to talk more about their questions that they have, because by the time they've done those things, they have maybe started working on the quick start guide and they probably have some questions or doubts or fears or hesitations or anything that we can kind of work through together. I ask if they've started on the getting started right call or the quick start guide. And then we talk about their answers. So that last step, talk about their answers on the action plan. I'm going to take that out, but I help them figure out when they'll work their business every day. So we talk a little bit about that and like what their days look like, how much time they have to dedicate to this. And then I also give them kind of an overview of the 4-week new coach mentorship group that we've been doing. I think that's the next step. So step 5 is the 4-week new coach mentorship, which is new-ish. I started running this with a couple other coaches that are my success partners. And so last month was the one, I think they did one the month before, but this will be like the second full month that we've run it all together. And you can kind of see that each week has a different focus. Every day we're giving reminders about different calls and just sharing resources and basically giving them all the tools that they need to take off with this business and actually like grow and do this in a structured way. So step 6 is is the very first Monday of every single month. So the way that we're running this 4-week new coach mentorship is it will start on the first Monday of every single month, so that you know that, and you can structure the way that you're inviting people to the business to make sure that they get into these trainings, because that's a good way to kind of like light a fire under someone and be like, oh, we have this awesome training starting. I would love for you to get plugged into that right away. And then on that first Monday, we have a kickoff call. So this is basically how to launch your business. And we talk about the vital behaviors. We talk about resources for success, like the champions page and the FAQ section and the 411 page. We talk about their first 3 goals as a new coach, and we break those down on how to achieve those, how to make $800 in your first 3 months. Success Club, what is it? Social media, a brief overview of social media and like how they should start posting, and then going Emerald. So that's just the kickoff call. That's a Monday, the first Monday of every month at 8 p.m. And you'll see me put reminders in the team page about all of these things. Step 7, run their first group and go Emerald. So I've been helping my new coaches run their first groups. We run them together. And by the time that they're ready to, most of the time, like they want to get through maybe a couple weeks of the new coach mentorship, and then they've been inviting that whole time, and then they can run their first group with me at the end of that. So same thing goes for you. Your new coaches get through the new coach mentorship. You let them know, hey, my next group is starting this day. Let's get you inviting people so that you can run it with me. And then you can help with wording invites, and you can help with objections that they're getting. I stay in very close contact with my building coaches with any questions that they have about anything. Check in on how their invites are going, give them sample wording that they can use. And then inside the challenge group, we share in the posting duties. And I have this document in our Google Drive that actually, I basically just say, here are some resources for challenge group posts. You can take any of these. There's any of my old challenge groups. Like you can take any of the posts, just copy and paste them and schedule them in your challenge group, however you see fit. So it kind of gives them the resources, and then they can take the initiative to pick which ones they want. Because I think that's something that a lot of new coaches struggle with, is knowing what to post in their challenge groups. And we have all of those resources already. And then going Emerald, we plant that seed really early in that mentorship group, because we want people to know that it's a decision. It's so easy. It's your spouse or significant other or a close family member, and maybe another family member, or like your best friend, or it's 2 people who who know and trust you as well, to hit that first rank. And like I said, they'll get all the resources for that in the new coach mentorship. We have a call designed specifically to talk about that. And then we also talk about it a lot in week 2 of that group. And then that's really it. We just rinse and repeat. Once they've finished that new coach mentorship, I'm gonna stop my share so I can see you guys. Once they finish that new coach mentorship, we're gonna be running a group together, like a challenge group, and then I just stay in contact with them. And then if they want to run another group with me, they can. And we just play it by ear. So any questions about all of that? Anything you want to add, Heidi, or?
I think it's nice. It's clear. I like the flow desk. I currently have mine in my notes app on my phone.
It's really, if I send you a link, you can get it for 50% off. Otherwise, I pay $19 a month for it. So it's an investment, but
Right.
I use it for all of my new coach. I'm setting it up where I have the email all set up and designed. And then all I have to do is add an email address to the list. and it will automatically send the email. There's nothing else I have to do.
Okay.
So I'm also creating my lead emails in there. When I get a lead, I
Yep.
just have to add the email address and it will automatically send my leads an email. And there's also like workflows you can create. So like if I add their email address to the list, it will immediately send them an email saying, welcome, I'm your coach. I have challenge groups every month, blah, blah, blah. And then you can set like a timer in there and for like whatever you want. So let's say like 5 days later, you can create another email in this workflow and it will automatically send your lead another email that's like checking in on them. And so you could set that up for your new coaches too, if you really wanted to. That's maybe a little more advanced, but I mean, I use Gmail and just the templates feature in Gmail for years and it worked really good. But this is so nice because it's like automated. All I have to do is like get it set up and then plop an email address in. So
I like it.
and it's pretty and easy to use.
It's pretty.
It's like just drag and drop feature and then you can like they have the templates already set up. So all you have to do is drop in pictures and change up the wording and it's really easy. And then I am going to, so that whole, like those 8 steps or 7 steps, whatever they were, I'm going to create just a simple checklist so that and maybe put it like at the end of that or like I'll put it all into a Google Drive so that you can like have that for your new coaches and be like, okay, I did that, I did that, I did that. And so it's just easier for you to follow and then save all of those resources in there too. Yay. Okay. No questions? I didn't talk too fast. Hey, I did good. I was done in 30 minutes. Aren't you guys proud of me? Under 30 minutes.
I just learned that I can hold and copy and paste right out of your questionnaire and dump it into mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On my phone, from my phone.
That's cool.
Well, yeah. So anyways, I liked the, I still have to figure out how to add that little goal setting thing. However, yeah, I could add 2 things. All I did was hold it and then I just pasted it right into mine. Because mine is very similar to yours, but you have added a couple new questions since the last time I've looked at yours. Anyway, so
cool.
mind blown.
So fun.
Yeah.
The goal, like it's an image. So I wonder if you have to do something different for that. I don't know. Maybe
Probably can't do it from my phone.
I don't know. You could maybe try to click and hold it and see if it'll save it to your camera roll. I don't know.
Yep.
See? Fancy. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but like I said, I'll include all of this into a Google Drive so you'll have it all and just try to keep this. Oh, and the other thing I was going to do is, which I already have done in the past, but so like everything in the new coach mentorship, it's a 4-week thing. Some people like that. Some people don't. Some people just want to be able to go at their own speed. And so what I saw Kate did for her team is basically she took everything that we cover in that 4-week group and she put it into a document. And I had that at one point, all of it, and then we just stopped using it and now I can't find it. So eventually I will have something so that, because everyone learns differently and some people don't want to spend 4 weeks walking through doing all of those things when they just want to get going. So that you have the same thing in different ways and you can kind of gauge those people out, and see if they're like just wanting to run or if they would rather be like kind of spoon-fed throughout the 4 weeks. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for jumping on, guys. I'm gonna take a picture. Don't go yet. If you guys that are not videoing yourselves want to turn on your video. Oh, there's Ellie. Hi. All right. I still don't know how to do pictures on Macs, so I always forget. So we're just gonna do it on my phone. And if you want to take one too, feel free. Okay. 1, 2. Hold on. People are like glary. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Good to see you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Have a good night and a great week.
Cool.
Bye, guys.